Dominant discourses can often marginalize entire groups of people. Language, in fact, contains inherent inequalities that serve to further marginalize groups. To challenge the dominant discourse that oppressed them, groups outside of the power structure will utilize alternative rhetoric. Alternative rhetoric causes an individual to be subjective in their use of language. Because dominant discourses used by those in power marginalize groups by ignoring how linguistic choices negatively impact people and groups, eliminating this objectivity allows speakers to consider more inclusive and subjective, context-specific rhetoric. Embracing subjectivity over the objectivity of established rhetoric is what makes a method alternative rhetoric. So what methods can we use to accomplish this goal? How do we use rhetoric alternatively? Methods include new languages, new pronouns, neologisms, reversals, redefining and reclaiming existing terms, musical expression, metaphor, and narratives. An example of this action is the It Gets Better project. The LGBT community was marginalized when the dominant discourse ignored problems that existed within that group. Because there wasn't a subjective place in the discourse of those with social power to acknowledge and discuss LGBT issues, Dan Savage created the It Gets Better project. This utilized narratives to share the stories of individuals from this marginalized group. Using this alternative method was effective in sparking a national dialogue and changing how teen bullying was discussed by creating a place for and highlighting the importance of a discussion of LGBT bullying. Though we may not all attempt as widespread change as Dan Savage and the It Gets Better project, understanding alternative rhetoric allows us to recognize when our language marginalizes others, like using the word nude, and how to come up with better alternatives. So whether we're trying to challenge dominant discourse or just be more self-aware, alternative rhetoric is a tool that allows us to create change through communication.